We'll see how we get on. Barbarian with the 5. I mean, you missed the train, but I mean, I don't really know what that means, so I don't care. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everyone gets a sub. You get a sub. Benjamin gets a sub. Bulbacat gets a sub. Everybody gets a sub. Here in twitch.tv/SeanJS. If you didn't have the Sean J Lulu emote and the Sean J Pokey emote, now you, with like a 70% likelihood, do have those emotes. It's like, thank you very much, Arrow Bobby. Oh, payment issues. You couldn't get in on the train. I don't even care, man. I don't really even know what that does. Thank you. We even have the little thing at the top of the chat, like listing people who've given the most subs. That's a cool thing to rank as well. Like, it's not who's given the most bits to, like, just to me or just like, or whatever. It's who's given the most to the people. The people are what count. No. I don't deserve Barbarian. The people deserve it. The people. They are the true victors. I mean, yeah, I get all the money, which is the only actual substantial reward. But you will get some emotes. So, yeah. You've all gotten some emotes, so right. Let's kick this off then. Hello everybody on YouTube watching at the moment. This is Feedback Friday number 9. Oh, you probably know what this is by now, but for those of you who don't, this is a live show where we play video games as submitted by viewers of the stream. Games made by you guys, people who maybe watch my tutorials, watch my other content, or whatever, and have made a game, be it in Game Maker or any other engine, doesn't really matter, as long as it was made by you and it's freely accessible. You submit it and I'll play it, and I'll try and pretend like I'm smart enough to give you any kind of intelligent feedback or criticism and help further your career as an aspiring game developer in some manner or another. And today we have 11 responses lined up. Just in the sort of preamble to this stream, people got in. We got submissions left and right, and we're going to be starting off with a game called Save the Princess by rafalmanka, who I am not sure if I'm saying his name anywhere close to how he intended it to be pronounced, but it's what we're going to go with. In this game, you are a bratty little princess that likes to get into trouble a lot. Because of you, your friends got captured and you need to rescue them from a powerful spell cast by an evil wizard. What is it with evil wizards and their spells, man? Let's get this downloaded. We got APKs and everything. Let's get the EXE. Dunk it in the ever-growing viewer games folder. 70 megabytes, man. That means roughly... well, how many? Like 10 songs maybe in this game? Maybe I don't know, 70 megabytes. That feels like quite a few tracks, depending on the format. That's generally what, if it's a Game Maker game, especially, like the file size basically just tells you how many like MP3s are in the game. But anyway, thank you Nasir for the Prime subscription. Getting a lot of noise today. People are really kicking off the subs and the gifts and the bits and the Twitch doohickeys, and it's all very, very much appreciated. We got to install this bad boy first. Let's not do any shortcuts. Well, let's actually do the start menu ones because that helps me remember for removing it. I generally prefer single EXEs, but it doesn't matter. Even if it is very bad, Mark Person, if you're talking about like the quality of the games we play anything. It doesn't really matter like how work in progress it is. Doesn't matter how good it is. It's about whether or not you think you're gonna get some value out of me playing it and critiquing it in some way. You know, obviously if you submit something there's nothing for me to talk about, like there's so little, it's probably not going to be the best idea. Obviously if you're submitting something that like relies on local multiplayer, I'm not going to be able to play it. It's not the best idea. But in terms of like quality and skill and all that kind of thing, we cover the full spectrum. Some I'm better at giving criticism and feedback to than others, but we do what we can. Anywho, controls. We've got like a blend of like mouse and keyboard here. Left, right to move, up to jump, that to pick up views. Okie doke. And tell me again here. Probably wasn't the best font considering like scaling it up to this size, but this is all right, you know. Early on, like in a platformer, right? Just being direct. Left and right is move, up is jump. I dig it. I respect it. I'm not saying that's the best way to do your tutorial or anything like that, but I have a lot of respect for someone who does that versus someone who doesn't do anything. What's this arrow about? Looks like another, looks like a golden arrow, but it's like, what? Oh, to interact. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. That's fine. Wait, what did I even do? I had to like hold that down for that to work. Oh, and that just does like a little interaction wherever you are. That's a little weird. Or maybe it was just my position was a little off or something, but it's just like a slightly janky. Like I was just sort of stood here and just like, is that doing it? Is that working? But it was doing what I initially expected it to do. It just took a little while to like get there for some reason. Whose game is this, by the way? I always forget to like really check the name. Rafalmanka, of course. I did check the name. We even talked about how I can probably be pronouncing it wrong, but I just forget these things. Oh, where am I now? My fellow dwarves. Pixel size is a bit all over the place here. Alright, it feels redundant saying it because I've said it so many times for so many different games, but it remains a point, you know, like... Is it any different? Full screen to... No, okay, it's about the same. So, like... Let's take a look. This is a set size of pixels, like look at how big like this eye is, like this pixel is, and so on, right? This is its own size, this is its own size, then these are their own size. I think your game world stuff seems reasonably consistent. It's just everything else is a little bit all over the place. And it just makes it look messy, really, is the issue. Aww, it looks like Lulu. Need to celebrate. Oh, what's the occasion? Today's a Princess Day. It's a totally real holiday that I just made up. Maybe Wizard next door. Let's go see Wizard next door. Interact with cat. Aww. Ow. Can we harm the rat in any way, or is that just beating us up? Update the chat form in bottom right to include emotes. That sounds like work. So I noticed that interacting like shuffles. It's like I kind of feel like I have to like hold it. Yeah, your interaction system in general is just like a little bit jank and unclear. I kind of like that it performs an action. Like most people wouldn't do that, where like it performs an action even when you're not doing anything. Like it does like that little animation. But I think however you set it up, like the rules of it are a little unclear. So I don't know if I have any way to actually combat these rats. It says W, and I think this is his house. What were we meant to be stealing again? Fireworks or a staff or something that does something. But how do we get up there? Also, I'm running out of whatever the white bar represents. What is this guy? Oh, right. Did I have to, like, get that item to the front in order to use it? Is that how it works? Like, if it was up here, did I have to, like, cycle it over to here before it would become usable? Hmm. You have a jump buffer, which is kind of neat. Yeah, there's a lot of mixling, but we've gone over that. Can I interact with the cart to the left? Push it to the window. Oh, it is doing a little bit of a sparkle. But it doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe we need some item to do something with it. I require a hint, rafalmanka. Also, not every time I press interact, sometimes it just like doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. We got an egg. Egg plus cart. Okay, yeah, the whole, yeah, I get it now, but this whole like cycling inventory thing. What's the P mean as well? I mean, I know we can pause by pressing P, but there's like, what's this? What's this represent? We have. I mean, do we give this guy the egg? Is that all that's there to tell me? Is it P is pause? This is like a big P. I don't know. It just seems like it's something significant. Yeah, so I mean, that's a consequence of, someone said there's a lot of real estate on the bottom. It's a consequence of centering your camera on the player. You might find when you've got an environment like this, you want to actually center the camera. It's unintuitive, but like you might want to center the camera like above the player. So like, I mean, maybe you've like got the camera just following the player's exact position because that's the most intuitive way. Try and do it with like the Y minus some amount. If your levels are built like this, because yeah, otherwise you just end up with a lot of dead space over here. And we could be seeing like more of like these cool buildings that you've drawn and so on. Cook it. Oh right, yeah, of course there was like just put it directly in the fire. Oh no, okay, we got this. And that was the icon that this guy had. So that's like, yeah, use the same icon, and that was good. We have an axe. Oh gosh. The possibilities. The possibilities. Or perhaps lack thereof. What do we do with the axe? So, yeah. I think my main criticism here, obviously, yeah, Mixel's the thing, but, like, the game is built on your interaction with things, so that the thing you're doing the most of is the thing that you should be putting a lot of time and effort into making feel good. Here, your interaction is kind of a long, slow animation. The way it behaves is unclear with the UI. It's good going for just like one button to make it work. But I mean, so far, I don't know what changes about this, but so far, there's no indication that you ever needed an inventory of more than one item, right? And like the leaning down doesn't always make sense for everything you do. And I don't know if it should be the same button as going through the door. There's a bit of a weird delay on it. Like, just in general, this is the thing you want to focus on polishing up. Also, thank you, Yellow Ego Cat, for the follow. I don't know what the audio levels are like there, by the way, because that sounded really loud compared to, like, the sounds from the game. So let me know if, like, one, those alerts are super loud, and two, if you just can't hear anything in the game. There's no music in this game, so don't worry if you can't hear that. Surprisingly, given its size, we had music on the main menu. What do we do with this axe? Oh, I died. But I had a bunch of hearts. So the white is our life, and the hearts are like number of lives or something like that, right? That's a weird thing in the gameplay as well. Like, I was a little confused at first, like because we saw a rat off the bat and like dodging that like in that first screen, and I thought this was going to be more of an action platformer thing, but actually it's like a adventure game kind of thing, right? You collect the items and solving the puzzles. To then be able to die to this rat is a little bit weird, but I don't know. It's slow moving. It's not a big deal. What's with the arrows on top of all these chimneys? What do I do with this axe? How do I axe some questions? This is like sparkling, so I keep feeling like I should be able to do something with it. Use axe on rope. What rope? Where is rope? Maybe back in the other building? There's no way I would have worked that out. No way. What do we even do with this? This is like a wheel? Yeah, the cycling items thing is like... It's an issue. Do we fix the cart with it? Alright. We did it. Now what? Oh. Everyone's been turned? Uh-oh. You even got inconsistent sizes in the dialogue. Like, oh, pixel sizes of that face, and then this pixel size. I get you probably wanted to scale it to fit the box, right? So you were just like, well, the base needs to fit in the box. What's those weird, like, what's those, like, those transparent pixels next to the weird, like, it's like not quite an outline? You see that? Like, first I thought that was just a weirdly chosen grey. But then I looked over here, and like, those are actually transparent pixels. I think you're, I think you maybe, like, doing something for your outline or something, and it's off by a little bit. Please consider leaving it. Wait, what? Is this like? Where did it get all those lads from? Okay, sure. Subscribe. Now I get all kinds of wizard porn sent to my email. Alright, thank you for that. Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of inconsistency in the art style that I would sort out. Like, just have, like, the art itself is fine. As I say, like, it looks, this all looks okay, so just make it consistent, you know? Like, just make the pixels the same size, just throughout. You can do it, I believe in you. And it'll just make everything just look so much more cohesive. Like, you can get away with get away with honestly having quite bad art sometimes if the art is at least cohesive and coherent throughout the game. So it's weird that you can highlight stuff there. You seem to be able to highlight stuff in the menu, but then, oh right, you press that direction. Okay, a little weird, but right, okay. Anyway, yeah, so I would fix that, and I would fix yeah, it's because I changed the overlay so that people don't disappear as quickly, so they'll just naturally end up with more. But it is revealing how weird and rectangular it looks when you start to get like a lot of people in here, like they're moving in that same area, and you can see where the area is like a little bit off, but like it overlaps with the chat window. It doesn't quite go all the way down to the bottom because they're just arbitrary coordinates I threw in. Anyway, sorry. That game, Save the Princess. It was quite cool. I like the notion of just moving around doing I like a full game of that. Cool. I like the idea. Puzzle design is tricky, so like, you know, be careful of your Z to A stuff. And I'll make sure there's like any clues as well as to what you might have to do next, or any reason why the player might. So I would never have worked out the cutting the rope thing. I don't know. Maybe I would in the end. I looked around for more things to cut. Maybe I'm doubtful. Anyway, that's a whole other thing though. That's lower on the priority list. The priority for you is getting the artwork consistent and making the interaction better. I don't see any reason. Maybe you have other puzzles designed that count on it, but maybe consider reworking them. Don't see any reason why you should need to carry multiple items at once. It's especially in such a way that forces you into this really heavily compromised interaction system where you have like 3 slots, and every time you press interact it moves an item along, and then eventually when it's in the right slot uses the item, you know? If you're going to have multiple items, when you do interact, just check the inventory to see if the item you need exists, and use it, because almost certainly if the player is pressing interact and you are at a thing where you can use an item and they have that item, that's probably what they want to do, so just skip to that, right? That's basically what all of like UX and interactivity is about, you know? It's working out based on what the player or the person interacting with your thing has done, based on what input has been received, what output is that person expecting? Or what output do they want? You know, what are they trying to get to? And then trying to skip as many steps as possible to getting them that output. That's what it's all about. And you smooth that out. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about all I want to say on that one. Thank you very much, rafalmanka. Got in super early with that one. So next we got another game from Daddy Suck 5000. What was your last game? What was your last game and what did we say about it? Graveyard Wave Shooter. Alright, okay, yeah, I remember this one. You sent this in. It had some mixel issues with the skeletons. Things just kind of appeared on the screen. There was some instant like warping, so like you had a lot of like game restart use and that kind of thing. There were just like there was no transition, things just sort of jarringly happen. So those are the things I'm looking to be better in this game, right? And already we have an issue. I haven't even downloaded the game yet. What did we talk about? What did we talk about? This is the first game we've ever made. Okay, so we're going back in time. So we're expecting this to actually be worse than the other game. What? Oh, whatever. Falling Rocks. 99, almost so close to 100 megabytes of Falling Rocks. They do not need to be complete now. I think I would generally prefer if you're going to submit more games to submit newer games rather than older ones, for the sake of your own benefiting from feedback and growth, you know, but it's up to you. Thank you very much, rafalmanka, 500 bits. I hope anything I had to say was vaguely useful. Thanks again on submitting the game. Falling Rocks. Can you hear this? These gentle piano notes? Something getting crushed up there? Oh, 1,000 bits badge, nice. You can definitely submit the same game more than once, but I'd like it to have seen significant progress, right? I know this style of bottom right menu. Press F for full screen. Right. Yeah, so it's a sort of similar style to your graveyard game where you like just sticking the instructions on the screen in huge text. Kind of about it, to be honest. Ooh, yeah. We got wall jump? We got secret wall jump? I'm not sure what that number in the top right is, but it started going to some real number value and made me assume there is. Wait, oh, we got like. Okay. Okay. Shout out to these trees, by the way. Some proper, Wait. It's another level? What's going on here? Can I just do what I want? Where am I? What has happened? I think I skipped something. Now I'm in a wheelchair. There's a guy playing a... Yeah, is this it? Is this Frog Fractions 3? get further, but like I was progressing to different levels despite what felt like falling off. You know, at least in here you've actually got some transitions. They're a little bit roughly implemented, but they're there. Alright, yeah, the clouds. Like, I keep forgetting they're a thing we can stand on. So, you've got, like, a double jump. But also, you play the jump noise whenever you press jump. Regardless of if you're actually jumping. That, I would not recommend. Do I have a set number of lives? Oh no. Also, you have like a falling double jump notice as well. So like, I mean, I don't know, I don't really mind that. But nothing has told me any of it, you know? I've kind of just had to work this out. Am I too late? Yeah, I actually kind of dig the weird classical music. There's a vibe. There's a vibe to the point I actually kind of forgive the absolute bizarro amount of like mixing. You know, weirdly enough, the worst piece of artwork here is the best piece, right? Like this actually like is like quite nicely structured, like pixel art, like it's reasonable and it's like dithering and stuff, like it's pretty clean. Doesn't mix with everything else that's just like a total mess and total random. But I'd argue that makes this the thing that doesn't fit, rather than all of this. The background art should have been the same style, right? Also, there's a bit of ground on here you seem to get caught on at the start. The clouds I kind of forgive looking like that because it just sort of makes them look weird. But, oh, okay, we did it. Yeah, just you commit to one style. Like sometimes, like the mishmash of style adds to this weird warped aesthetic of everything just sort of looking intentionally bad, right? But here I like, oh god, he didn't touch me. Turn that down a little bit. What has happened? Less drugs, please. Now what? Now I'm here? The rules of this game are unclear. It's like I respawn but then also transition to a new area. Am I supposed to have no idea what's going on? Recovered a door. Alright. No, maybe I'm supposed to just keep going up. This is getting loud. Yeah, it's really hard to know where you are on that line sometimes. You know, the line between it's meant to be this way and this is the best they could do, you know? This has got a lot of both worlds, I think, going on. Guys, you just touch them and you just insta-respawn. Okay. So this is the thing we talked about before, right? When you have a death, like, some sort of transition is a good idea. Like, some of this is definitely made by its, like, weird-ass, stupid aesthetic and the fact that absolutely nothing matches. Like a pixel art font up here, and then like italic, sans serif like HD, and then what are these? And then classical piano. The jump sound was by OpenGameArt.org, really. Alright, you found that one. He's like, "Yep, that's the one." It's hard to criticize a game like this. Like, I could tell you, like, all the things, like, oh yeah, none of the art matches, it's not really clear what's going on. The jump, like, plays multiple times when you're, like, even when you're not jumping, the rules behind jumping aren't clear. You need more transitions when things happen. You need clearer transitions that indicate when you're dying or when you're actually going from one room to the next. The rules on how anything works needs to be substantially clearer. And once again, nothing matches. But I could say all that, and I just did. But I don't know if you cared about any of that in the creation of this game. Maybe you were just having a good time. In a way, like, who am I to question your journey? So, I don't know, what is 07 out of 10? Like, you know, like you keep on keeping on, my friend. I mean, you said it was like your first game as well, like, pretty sick, if I'm honest. Has an ending. How many people's first ever games have an ending? Has two? It's two endings. So yeah, I mean, as I say, I could say all those things, and I've said all those things, but overall, I guess I give it a nice. Smiley face. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. Thanks for submitting. And yeah, sure. Thanks for playing. Thank you, Daddy Suck 5000 for Falling Rocks. I mean, he was not wrong. All right, moving on to securas. Thanks for everything. Yeah, that's the right way to put it. Thanks for everything. securas has the game Daisy Dangerous, a Rick Dangerous-like platformer. I don't know what that is, so I guess we're gonna find out. I like though. Look at this fancy itch page. This is nice. This is full screen, it gets full experience. Daisy Dangerous is action platformer where the main character has limited resources to handle a set of robot overrun, trap infested stages. Here are the controls that I will immediately forget. It involves moving, jumping, firing, and bombing. Okay, so general run, jump, and shoot, but also bomb now and again. Alright, gotcha. WSADJK, cool. Fan game of the 1989 classic Rick Dangerous. Again, I'm not going to really have the context there, so I'm just going to be judging it on its own merit. And if anything, if I say anything, and I say this because sometimes people submit this kind of thing, and I'm like, this is bad, and people will be like, oh, but that's how it was in the game. I'm emulating, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just as a heads up. Okay, this playable demo is a tribute. Okay. This is a pre-alpha demo. Okay? Please be patient with bugs. I'll squash them as soon as I can. Thanks to everyone that took the time to test and comment. You are awesome. This is quite an advanced stage of, like... This isn't that much. Quite an advanced amount of itch.io work for something that is pre-alpha. I don't even make itch pages until my games have, like, released. Okay. Daisy _ dangerous _ pre _ alpha _ demo. Need my securas. Oh, right, that's what your name isn't securas. It's meant to be like a weird U. Right, okay. Securas. F11 for full screen, same as the browser. Should I go to full screen? What do we think? Like that, we got a nice overlay here. We go back to the other one in between games, maybe. Capture now. There we go. Ooh, it's juicy. I mean, I hate that word, but I'm using it anyway because it's beaten into submission. Little squash and stretch there as it moves away. Feels like slightly out of sync. Height-wise. I don't know if that's an issue, but there's just something weird about it. It feels like it's just like... It sort of gives away the higher res, in a way. It's just like an alignment thing. You know, like, the menu feels just slightly higher up than this does. That makes sense? Well, maybe not high res then, but like... I don't know, there's just something weird about that. Like, it just feels like the menu is slightly, like, higher up on the screen. Optical illusion. Where's my mouse cursor? I don't know. No, I did. Oh, actually, it's the other way around. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but something there just feels weird. But I like the transition between the two. That's cool. Pure pixel. So we're not gonna have any pixel issues then. Ooh, these animations, man. That hair flick. This text box doesn't look as good as the rest of it. I mean, it might be the black background, because we've also got, like, I don't know. There's something about it being like high contrasty. I feel like it just doesn't quite match the rest of the aesthetic. Long discs. Okay. I'm digging this hair though, man. Look at that. Oh, don't get wrecked, me. Alright. Okay, it's one of these. Ooh, I can barely move fast enough for that, like. Glad I picked that direction on a whim in the end there. Little bits coming off. Oh, that doesn't really. My zoom doesn't really work here. The little things coming off the feet when you move. It's cool. Bullets I can waste. That's good. Can't get through that. It's all right. Pretty clear. So yeah, there's not much here yet, you know, because we're just moving around, literally. And yeah, already just how dramatically nicer everything, like, feels and looks compared to, like, a lot of, like, platformers we see. And just, like, this little bounce in the animation, just a clean, coherent style. Just little attention paid to, like, the little sparks coming off when you move. The camera having some nice response to the player and just like moving with you. Is it a variable jump height? Very subtle variable jump height, but it is there. Like a 1-frame tap goes to there and like a full tap goes up there. Subtle. What's this? I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that represents a meta push in like a pad button or something? I'm not sure. Oh, use a bomb. Okay. Eventually I look around the screen enough. Those explosion effects, like, are in and of themselves nice. I don't know how much it gels with everything else. It almost feels like it should be dirtier. Like it looks a little bit too clean. Like that looks very like almost like hyperlight driftery, almost like. Yeah, especially those like diamonds and things. I don't know that they fit it. Yikes. Do we have a life counter anywhere, or are we just good with whatever? Oh man, I suck at this. I also naturally kind of feel like I should be able to go up here in some way, but it's obvious that I can't, at least. Like, you know, I can't wall jump or anything like that. I'm not saying that's a problem, I'm just letting you know that that's what I think, because that might be a good thing for you in terms of your level design. I'm thinking, oh good, I'm glad he thinks about that as a passage, but later. Or you might be thinking, oh damn, that's there for no reason, I should probably get rid of that. That's what he's thinking. Again, it's not a negative or positive either way, it depends exactly what your intention is. Oh, okay. That was not one of the possibilities I had considered, but that works too. Can I actually shoot this? Oh my god. I guess I can't kill that in any way. Alright. I don't know how I feel about the anti-aliasing on the lighting effect, or whether it should just be like a straight one, but I don't know, I'm not very good at those kind of things. I'm really digging this hair movement though, man. I'm like, all the, just the general, like, the way you've managed to convey the movement of very small things using a very limited number of pixels is very cool. I've got like 3 buttons that I keep thinking might be jump. I've got like W I'm thinking might be jump, I've got space, and I've got J. But like that's nothing to do with your fault, it's just me being an idiot. God's sake. I'm like, when does that shoot? Okay, immediately. We will get past this, like, first modicum of challenge, I promise. No. Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm not about the explode. Like, I think it looks good, but I don't think it fits. How do I make it go that way? Just hold that way on the bomb? Right, okay. Oh, no. Dropping down with a lot of trust there in a situation like that. Is this a spike platform? No. It's weirdly the same color for some reason. I like the big bullet icons as well. It's a clear indicator of how many. Some people would have been tempted to do a number, but you figured, like, with the small number that you ever have, like a collection of icons for the number of bullets and the number of bombs works. And I would agree. When they can, like, drop bombs and stuff sometimes, right? But, like, when that happens, they're like, I can tell they're there because the icon's pretty distinct. But the fact that they have, like, a little bit of physics to them seems a little bit. But I don't know. That's your choice. That's a very annoyingly small amount of space to hop up there. Get out of the way. Alright. It's quite an abrupt jump arc, that. It's like very much like, oh, and then stop. I was having some slight trouble working out if I could even shoot through these things at first. Like these, the pillars. What actually happens when you die? Like, that. I feel like I would almost like a freeze frame when you die, just to kind of see exactly how I got it, because I get kicked away with movement so quickly that it can be, unless it's like really obvious because there was only one thing that could have killed you. When the scene gets a bit more chaotic and there's a bit more things moving around, it can sometimes be a little bit hard to immediately see what it was that got you. Not in a huge way, I don't think, but just something. With things like that, I'm like, not sure until I die to them for the first time, like how exactly they're gonna. Can I grab? Oh, water kills you. Okay. It's like acid or something. Okay. God damn. I like how he pauses in exactly the spot that would screw you over. I don't think I have the patience for this game. I feel like that's the sound you intend people to hear a lot, and I feel like it's one that might get old a little quickly. I wanted that, but I don't. Oh, right, okay, we can, like. I think. How do we get that one? Oh! You can, like, do a climby thing. But there's no way to. Oh, would we have to like drop it from above? Twig. I'll talk about this in a second. I just want to see if I can do this. Ugh. Wait, what? Why is this shut? Oh, this button. Forgot about that. Cool little animation. So, I actually like the way, like I said before, I like the way your limited amount of ammo and bombs are communicated and everything. But I'm starting to question why they're even limited. Because if I want more, I can just die. Right? I mean, does that even save that I got that thing, or do I need to get it again now? No, it has saved. Like, what extra... I was saying that bit earlier, it's just like, well, we just give the player some bombs in case they don't have any, which is reasonable at that stage of the game, but like, generally here, like, I've never found myself like struggling for bombs or bullets, which is fine and all, but like, you gotta wonder why there is a limit, right? Ah, you can shoot at things. Okay. It's cute level design as well, because I like that you've already encountered like a little gap you can't get through, so you already sort of know there's no way to get through a little gap like that. At some point you will struggle. And then what is it like some of the level design is like, okay, so you've calculated like a precise, like, okay, there's 6 spaces that you need bombs for and you've got 6 bombs, so you better use them all well. I don't know that I would find that particularly enjoyable. Do we have a... If we have a jump buffer, it's very tight. Oh, there is. It's there. Kind of wish I could like Mega Man kick the bombs after placing them rather than having to like press it as I'm doing it. Wow. Man, the movement on those blades is super nice as well. It just looks really good. I was hoping I could trigger it again just to look at it, but I don't think I can. Ugh. That kind of just looked like part of the background there. Like that. I can't even jump high enough to get back on it. You know what I mean. Where's the button for this? Is it all the way over there? Yeah. What a shot! Oh no, I'm running out of bullets. Yeah, like, there's the thing I'm saying, like, it wasn't just because I didn't think... I probably didn't make this clear, but it wasn't just that I thought that there was no need for the limit on bullets because, like, you never run out. There's more that, for me, the game is more fun when I'm not running out. And also, I don't see the running out as like an interesting challenge, really. Maybe for the bullets. Because I will concede there's some fun in like that nature of like having a, you know, you give your player a reason to not shoot, right? Yeah, I can dig it for the bullets. The bombs though, I don't know. I guess they can also be used as a weapon, so yeah, I don't know. I guess you had to do it. I just wonder if there wasn't a more elegant way to do it. I don't think the way it's done is bad, per se. I'm just thinking out loud, really. Okay, I don't want to play it, like, I sometimes just play things for way too long, so we need to make sure we actually remember that. What do we do there, actually? Do we drop, oh, I suppose we would drop the bomb down and then go through. I've probably not got very far, and you're probably like, oh no, there's a really cool level coming up, but I'm gonna leave it there. This is super good. This is a good lesson for a lot of people and a lot of things, right? Like, because it's mechanically quite simple. Like, you can code a lot of this stuff yourselves. Yeah, those bullet effects are super nice as well. Just like the muzzle flash is super good, the little hitbox when it hits the wall is super good. Just all those little things are all there. And just look, just the art is just, it's coherent. It's all the same. It all matches. But there's no way you're not telling me that this doesn't secretly use a higher resolution. Because otherwise these squash effects are impossible. There's no way you do this effect and not have a higher resolution than the actual game resolution. It works here because it's really smooth or a super high res and it looks really good. Right, hang on. Hold up. It uses a higher resolution than what the pixel art is, absolutely, like without a doubt. Hang on. We're gonna break this down. How do I capture this exact moment? Where does that record to? Hold up. Video footage live stream. What's the day today? Wait, where's that gone? Somber classical. I mean, it's pretty somber. We've got some. I'm noticing I've got some green screen issues going on as well. Look at that a second. Video footage. Live stream. Can't find where the footage is of the name. Oh, it's here. Okay. My hat. Is that exactly double? Might be, you know. But it's just so fast, maybe it doesn't look like it. Yeah. Hi. You survived this time. The Pixel investigation team has deemed you not guilty. Anyway. I didn't think you were lying. I thought that maybe you were just wrong. We need to give that a stupid name with a dumb acronym, right? Pixel Investigation Squad. We bring in the team to hunt down Mixels. No, that's alright. You know, I admit where I'm wrong. That it looks like it is. And it's a good trick then. It looks super, like, being able to pull off a look like that at really low resolution. Very impressive just because it uses a very, very quick frame rate. That's an interesting question, actually. Like, what is the frame rate that you say is a very, very fast frame rate? So that would look different on like a 60 hertz monitor, maybe, would it? Because the way you say that is to suggest it uses more than 60 FPS. And this is 144. So I mean, obviously, like to you guys, the footage will have looked 60 hertz or whatever. But to me, that looked super smooth. That actually looked like more than 60 FPS. Here's your GPU. Yeah, so it will have come out 144. Interesting. And yeah, it has a payoff when you're using a monitor like this, which is rare but becoming more common. Those of you on the stream, because I'm only streaming at 60 FPS, so you wouldn't even really be able to see what I'm talking about. But like, that flew in super smooth, so smooth that like that's what convinced me. I think like seeing it move like that, I was convinced it had to be moving at like smaller than like single pixels, and therefore was moving at a higher resolution, right? But it wasn't. It was just moving faster than my eyes are used to seeing out of out of my monitor, right? Especially of a game like a pixel art game. But yeah, looks super pretty. Honestly, plays really well as well. I was just really bad at it. And I really like the puzzle design of the little what was it, floppy disks you pick up. And like drop the bomb in and go from the other side. And you can work it out using the very limited set of tools you have. And you're getting a lot out of them. So I think generally just really well done. Yeah, how did you do that hair? I'm curious. I wanna know what the deal is with the hair. This doesn't even sell it, right? Because this is just like a GIF on a page, and it feels like you're using that same like frame rate tech again or something, because it looked like hyper smooth in the game. Vertex chain, I don't even know what that means. I think you're beyond my advice here. So well done, good job. I hope you enjoy your millions. Thank you for that one, securas. Super Gamers Games 12 with Untitled Horror Game. Password hi, I'm Sean JS. Smiley. I'm gonna have to copy and paste that password. Google it. I know, I can Google it on my own time. I just mean that right now I don't know what it means. Anyway. You have the ability to use save points, which affect everything except the monsters. Game is still work in progress. Many things can change. Use Alt, enter to full screen. Okie doke. Okay. It's quite a screenshot. I mean, that's just sort of the nature of we take everything across all spectrums, right? I wouldn't worry about, like, comparing a game to other games that have been in the thing. I was gonna say, this was really starting to stretch the amount of space you had on screen to deliver this message. It was just like squashing up more and more. And it's just like, oh, and one more thing. Oh, and also, and please enjoy what exists so far. Okay. Let's put some things. Can I full screen? Oh, Alt Enter. But Enter's gonna start it as well. I hope OBS starts. Capture it. Capture it. Capture it. OBS, capture it. There we go. Yeah, I think I vaguely understand. But to me, he may as well have just said, some sort of algorithm. Right? What am I looking at here? I didn't read some important text. Your ability. You can create save points using F1 and you load them using F2, okay? Beware. Something is after you. Something unaffected by your ability. Golly. I pressed the right arrow key. Oh. I thought we'd started. The monster, it always knows where you are at all times. There's the problem with, like, timed sequences like these. Sorry, what? I keep pressing the right arrow key and then something happens here. Am I... Is that an accident? Oops. Okay, let's start again. Careful with this ain't the first time and it won't be the last time someone leaves a debug key on a commonly used key. So I'm just like, okay, I'm in a game, I don't really know what the controls are. Maybe I'll try the right arrow key, and this apparently skips to some entirely new piece of text that we weren't meant to read yet. That is what they call an issue. Your games. I mean, if they're gonna be there, at least put them on keys you're not gonna use, right? Especially because you haven't told me any controls. So I have to experiment. Well, at least I can kind of like hold enter and... Okay, WSAD and mouse. Alright. Alright. This is cool in and of itself to get working like this kind of thing in Game Maker. I kind of want to learn how to do this sort of look. Golly. too much talking you felt? At the start, like, maybe? I don't know, I don't think it depends on the game. I don't really hate that here. Timed talking is an issue. Like, if I can't skip it or I can't progress it in my own pace, it can become a problem, especially early on. Alright, yeah. Right, so even this was that. I didn't even realize this was the... Save point created. It's like... I kind of like how the mechanics, like it's showing that as like a debug log type thing, but it's... like part of the mechanics. It's kind of cool. Oh, hello. Excuse me, sir. Social distancing. Can we... Sir? What even are these... Can I, like... Oh, if I reload, I don't have those things anymore, though. Did I just drop them all where I was? Sir? It's at everything except it's saved, but it's... Alright, so I kind of want to, like... bring the monster somewhere else. It's quite a maze. And the only thing I have to navigate it is my poor, ailing, aging mind. But I think we've... Oh. What did we use to get through these again? Like, the thingy keys. I don't remember using you there. Sir? Not now, please. Please remain. Please keep to a safe distance. Oh, I just threw my shoes away. Oh, did I use them? Probably shouldn't be running when I don't need to. Don't know what that did. I like the weird mirror it makes in the distance. Oh wait. Oh, this was a bad idea. Sir? No, no. Can we... Please. Refrain. It's not that Game Maker has a 3D engine, it's that Game Maker secretly is rendering in 3D at all times. And so you can, like, just rotate the camera in Z space and then... Oh. Oh, can that be thrown at the monster, maybe? I like the monster, by the way. Just this amorphous, like, figure. What does he want? Who knows? Oh, God. Oh, no. This is not good. So that's where my save was. Oh, why make those saves at the worst time? Oh, but that's okay. Come get me, come get me, come get me. Ah! Lol. Oh, I wasn't that far away. Where's the last one? I don't know where to go. Go this way. No, I'm not. Changed my mind for no reason. You can pretty much just outrun the monster at all times, though. You don't really even need the save loading thing. Wait, what? Did I do it too many times? Or did I load into him or something? Or was I too late? Oh, I thought I left a gap. Oh, but now... Oh, but now you're revealing that it was all fake and the save points were just kind of local and they weren't real save games. Should be able to load. I think if you're gonna go with this, I think to make it really work, you kind of want to have them remain persistent. Shut up! I'm afraid of you. Ooh. Epilepsy warning. I mean, I know he gave one at the start of the game. I'm giving one for the stream, way too late. Anyway, yeah, because I can't really be bothered to go and do all those again, but we can skip, right? We discovered your debug key. What's on the next level? I worked that out. Is that like a mechanic? We like lock it behind a door. Stay back! Ah! Loser. Oh, we can't get past him. So we'll leave that there. I really like the aesthetic. I think it's good and it's consistent as well. I would make the way the saves behave, like if it's the thing you're trying to do is kind of relate it to like kind of break the fourth wall in a little way of like use it's the save games, but they're a bit weird. Can I sort out my going in too much? Upsetting the film. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to swap back to the other mode anyway, making the change pointless. So, yeah, so when you're going for that, I think it's important to kind of try and remain consistent for it to work, so that the save should probably persist beyond, like, death, right? Second of all, I don't really know about that mechanic in general. Like, that sort of angle tends to work more when you're pushing, when everything is pushing towards it, whereas most of the game is just about this weird, creepy maze that you're in, right? Doesn't really have much to do with saving games and menus and computer stuff, right? So I feel like that element of it falls flat just because there's nothing else to really support it, not because it's necessarily done badly in and of itself. It just feels like the rest of the game isn't there with it. I also feel like the mechanic is like not that big of a thing. And that because I can basically just outrun the monster at any time. It's a useful thing to have now and again, like, oh, I can like sort of walk past them and so on like that, just as a way to avoid being cornered. You do have the issue if you don't remember where the point is, you'll just warp. You'll do what I did and warp on top of it sometimes. I almost feel like you could do this as not being about a save game, but just, I don't know, being about a save point that you create, and like, you know, like something actually given a context within the world. You get some sort of weird crystal and you put it down and it makes a spirit circle or whatever that you can actually see, and you can then use that to warp back there or something like that. Because some of the way it was explained was saying like, oh, it affects everything, but it doesn't affect the monster, or the monster isn't affected by it. But that's what you use to make it useful, right? Like, the save thing is the thing you actually use against the monster. It is your one weapon against the monster, whereas it's kind of described in the context as like, oh, you have this power, but it's no good against the monster. But in reality, it plays the other way around. Like, it's incredibly useful against the monster. It's the only thing that you have to use against it, other than just moving fast and throwing weird rocks at it. So I like the idea of trying to wrap that into like save points and so on. It's video gaming and like trying to make horror in that way. But I think you really have to commit more to that if you're doing that. I think I can see little bits with like all the glitchy look and things that you've gone for, but I don't feel like it's all there. You know? But aesthetically, I super like it. I like the moving around, the general ambience of it is good. I like the monster design a lot. I like it just being this like big thing with no face or anything. It's just moving towards you, and he's just big and relentless. Like, what does he want? Who knows? Oh God, it's good. It'd be like if it was actually like a spooky monster with an axe and like angry. I don't think it was as effective. It's just like amorphous, a white blob man just floating towards you. I think that's super good. Thank you very much. That was cool. Enjoyed that. Wow, it's like 10 past 3. We've gone through like 4 games. Maybe we need to pick up the pace somewhat. I don't know. Ale to Tobias. Unwell Known. 2 bits. Unwell. Yeah, Unwell Known. 2 bits platform. Oh, right, I see. This demo is meant for downloading an early prototype of the finished product, and it's meant to be a rough representation. Yeah. He says again down here, man. All right, I get it. It's not the final product. Alright, I get it. It's not... like... We are... The demo for download is early prototype of finished product. Rough representation. Not representing the final state of the game. Still in development. Missing these things. Okay, get it. No, this game is still in development. This version is just a draft from the final product. This is a concept demo. It's means the game will look like this, or at least, but keep in mind, it's an early stage of development. I get the idea that this game is totally finished, and we should be judging it wholly on the basis that it is a complete work, and no changes will ever come to it. I don't really think it's that bad. And it was just funny to me that we mentioned it a lot. Was that another screen at the start there that I missed that was just telling me about how early and in progress this is? Conceptual demo. Conceptual? Oh, 23%. Where do you get 23 from? 23, exactly 23%. Work in progress. Full screen. Well, it said it was on. It was not on. Now it is on. Erase the data. Okay, that's for when you don't have full screen, I'm guessing. Okay. Is this screwing with your pixel art a little? No, it's just kind of like that. Okay. Got a bit of like anti-aliasing and so on here. It's not the worst. Yeah, your resolution, you've got a few issues here with like, you can kind of see like these weird jaggies in the movement. And that's just down to like the rotation of it and the resolutions combined together. Can't really read the title entirely because it's like kind of caught up in this dark vignette. And it looks like the game is like a different style to this. Don't know if you should play the transition if it's not going to go anywhere. I get that it's scribbled out and it wasn't going to go anywhere. I should probably just have it not. Maybe give, I don't know, like a meh, I don't know, some noise or feedback. I don't think you need the full transition. Shortcut, alright, okay. Yeah, now this looks like totally different, right? That's easier to read on my screen capture footage over there where it's a small screen. Let's go full screen actually. Well, otherwise that's like huge, right? What's that about? I can't really see what's going on, right? Like, look at this. Can we just take a moment to let's get like the full experience here, right? Like, let's think about this screen for a second, right? Where's my character? Like, I know where it is now because I played the game a little bit, but if you just imagine this was a screenshot or something on like on a store page or something like that. I know it's not entirely a fair thing to say, but like, The character is like somewhere under here, buried underneath like the used chain thing. We've got some dialogue that can come up in the background underneath it. We're already in a prison with like these big cell bars in front of everything. We've got some keys instructions going on down here that are like rotated at like a kind of strange 3D. Screen just has a bit too much noise, okay? Also, what is the deal with it? Yeah, like everything, you said it was like 2-bit or whatever, and some of it is like black and white, but then you've got some things that are in full color. And it looks like you were going for like a black and white with yellow as like an accent thing, but then you've got different kinds of yellow everywhere, and then some things are just in full color. The 3D effect is doing horrible things to the new pixel art as well. You have to be very careful doing this kind of hook to open it. That's left and right twice to run. Okay. Some like origin issues there, or like flipping around issues. So is it zooming in more and more as I like move? I think it's just because it zoomed out when I did the run. Yeah. Now you can see how he kind of like snaps when you stop moving. Something with your animation change layer. I think just like an image index not being reset properly or something like that, or being reset too early. You can see that kind of weird snapping behavior as he kind of stops moving. Why the 2.5D aesthetic? Out of interest. Feels a bit like something you sort of just did to see if you could. Oh yeah. Nothing quite match. Everything's sort of trying to match aesthetically, but it feels like with each thing you did, like, yeah, rip bitrate. That's probably gonna kill my bitrate this game. Sorry if it turns very potato quality. What's the thing inside of it? Flames with like forward and back icons in them. And like a stamina bar that can come up for various things. That's me just holding down and left, right? So the general movement and controls are a little bit all over the place here. Like, I think your numbers are okay, your arc and your movement speeds are not too bad. But just like your animations are kind of, I don't think, changing at the right time in general. I think you need to work on getting these to feel better and to do more what you expect. Trying to prevent situations like this from going off. And you might run into more things like this if you're trying to do a lot of different mechanics, right? So you've got running, you've got crouching, you've got crawling under things. We're all quite a way into this level and we're still being told things through text about just how the game works, which implies there's quite a lot going on. Press the direction, just stick, like, what? That's an interesting climb animation. And your art style, you haven't really committed to your art style here. You had like an idea that you started off with of like, oh yeah, 2-bit, white and black, and like we accent rarely with like this yellow color, but then you like, oh, we need the red on the spikes to show that they're like, they can kill you, and we need this on this, and when all these should be full color, it makes them stand out a bit more, and you've just lost track of your aesthetic, and now nothing really matches. But yeah, your physics are a little bit all over the place. And what I'd recommend if you're struggling with these kind of things, because it's hard to get all these things working. See a vegan cube, thanks standby. It's hard to get all these things working and feeling smooth and to not have any weird glitches and stuff that go off, right? But if you are struggling with those kinds of things, then what you need to do is absolutely not make a action platform with like 400 different movement mechanics in them, like wall jumping and wall climbing, crouching and crawling, and triple jumping, and whatever else this is going to reveal as a thing. Like, what is this? Sorry, what? And then swimming and water, and you need a simple. Wait, what? Wait, sorry, what? Can I just like start swimming in the air? What was that about? I don't know. And I'm no. All these animations themselves are pretty unclear even when they are working. You can like parachute like down, right, like a gliding look. And you're trying to do too much with the physics stuff, because like doing that stuff is okay and great when you've kind of mastered doing that. Well, not mastered, but you know, you feel confident in creating all the code to make it work smoothly. Whereas if you only had like one or two things in here, like you know, I mean, think back to that other game we played. There was like that simple just run and gun platform, and it just had like shooting, dropping bombs, and jumping. But look how polished it was, right? Whereas you got a lot going on here, but none of it has any polish. Like, you can get a lot done with a little, so don't be afraid to just try not having so many mechanics. Because like, you're not even really getting to use them. You had like, oh, here's swimming, oh, and here's like crawling under things, oh, and here's like crawling up walls and stuff like that. Like, you want to give me one of these things and then show me the possibilities of it for a bit. How, you know, if you show me swimming right away, then I have some levels where I'm doing swimming stuff, and you're demonstrating how swimming works with the movement that I've got. If you're going to show me, I don't know, a wall climbing and wall jumping, have some little wall jumping puzzles and stuff like that going on. And you're like, if you're like, well, I didn't really come up with more than just, you know, you can jump up walls. I think that speaks to a problem of just not really having much experience in level design and not really knowing what you can do with your mechanics, and so you're panicking and trying to add more to the game by just adding more stuff, right? You're just like throwing more mechanics, more things going on. We'll just introduce them all in this big first level. That's fine. Just more mechanics. We got a stamina bar. We got climb. I don't even know what to do here, by the way. I think I'm stuck. Wall run area. I don't know how to get out of here. Oh my god, we got like a super jump. Okay. Like, having all these things, like making a game with all these kind of movement mechanics can be very cool, but you gotta be able to deliver them, and I don't think you're there yet. So I think you need to cut way back, keep a couple of these things, make them look really smooth and feel really good, and just make a whole bunch of levels based around them before you even bother introducing like swimming and floating and climbing, all that kind of stuff, you know? Wall jump, run. That's the thing, you can like run the wall. Ow. Hooked. Okay, but I haven't pressed that in a while. Oh my god, yeah, there's a hook. Oh, okay. That's a whole thing. God knows how it works, but it's a thing. Now, this massive tutorial where you're just like dumping all these mechanics on you at once isn't even enough to teach you how to use them all. You haven't even mentioned the floating thing, I don't think. Yeah, I give up. Yeah, way too many mechanics introduced way too early on, way too quickly. Spread way too thin. Like, there's just not enough attention. Like, each one of these mechanics, like, you can pour months of time into trying to make them feel good and behave in the correct way. And by having so many, you're just never gonna get there. You're never gonna get there. You're never gonna get this game to the point where every single one of those things just feels really good and all works together. Thank you, Bradley Smith, for the raid. So you need to cut way back. You need to cut way back. Pick like a couple of discrete mechanics that you want, that you think are the most fun, the most polished, the most interesting for you in terms of your level design. Just make the game about that. Really, I'd probably just do it in a new game. I'd like start again, right? I wouldn't. Like, you said this is 23%? Oh my, yeah, like... I wouldn't carry on with this. I don't think it's going to end well for you. I mean this in the nicest possible way. Like, I think you need to cut back so much, and you will have just made so much of a mountain for yourself to even cut back on this game that it would be easier for you to begin again. I'm not saying that you don't make a platform or don't do the thing, but then the next time you want to attack a problem like this, you want to start with a much smaller scope. Don't even feel bad about having that problem. That's a problem everybody. It's like the single most common problem to have in game development. But you need to cut back your scope massively. And you need to focus on just a handful of simple mechanics that you can really deliver with polish. Again, I referenced that other game, the Daisy Dangerous one. Really good example. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, and you can go back, you can watch that and see that game and how much it delivers with so little, so few mechanics. But how much it's able to do and how interesting it actually managed to make those little puzzles where you had to get the save point, right? Despite only having like a handful of things. You could shoot a gun, you could drop a bomb, you could jump. That was it, right? Work out how to do a lot with a little. And that is not to criticize games that have a lot. It's just that it takes a lot to make a game like that, you know? I could talk about the other things here as well, like your art style is kind of, because I wouldn't worry about trying to do this kind of, I know you want to make the game unique, and you're like, oh well, we've got this cool like 2.5D thing. Again, I think spreading yourself too thin. Just stick with 2D, it's fine. Commit to your art style. There's a perfectly good art style that we've chosen, this sort of like black and white, simple look, but keep your pixel sizes consistent, and discipline yourself, you know, don't let yourself like start breaking in and doing other things. Just commit. Maybe it's okay to do the yellow accent or whatever in that kind of like downwell kind of way, but that's the most I'm gonna give you. You know, the blue on this is no go. Like this, no. The full color sprite when you get too tired, no. You know, like, just commit. Just pick your style and commit to it, and that way you know it's going to actually be coherent by the end of it. It's like, look at all that, like, just consistent pixel sizes, consistent style. That's what you want, and then just rein it all back in, keep it simple, and you can move up from there. Once you've made a game like that and you know what it takes from you to make something that is polished with a simple set of mechanics, you'll have a much better idea of how to approach something with more scope, you know? Also, it was proper jarring actually coming back to this menu and seeing how much it just doesn't match up to the game at all. Not that it's like I say, it's all it's cool artwork and stuff, you know. It just doesn't match the style of what you delivered. Pick a style, commit to it. Oh, that was quite a transition as well. Anyway, thank you for that, Ali to Tobias. That was really good. Like games like Daisy Dangerous before that were just like just really really solid. It can actually be really hard for me to come up with good criticism for it because it's like trying to criticize my own games and do my own stuff. You know, it can be hard. Like sometimes being like, oh, this is what we would do different going forward. Sometimes I don't know. I'm not there yet myself. Those kind of games. I feel much more confident in my criticism of. So it's good to get it's why it's good to get a big variety here, and we can compare and contrast and be like, you know, this is what you kind of need to do in order to take yourself a bit further. So yeah, thank you very much for that one. It was good. A good example of a lot of common problems. This one's from Holtzy223, Beef's Journey. Yeah, I should also point out as well, like, just being able to do all that, like, the fact that it vaguely worked, I know, like, a lot of it was, like, really messy. The fact that it vaguely worked is still impressive. You clearly poured a lot of time and energy into that game that you made, and I don't want to sound in any way like I think it was all bad or anything like that, you know? And that speaks to having a lot of enthusiasm and energy, which I just want to help you redirect into a efficient conversion of energy to quality game, you know? I'm going to start this running. Oh, we've played this before, haven't we? This is, I'm sure we've played this before. But anyway, we'll see how it's developed. But before we do, I'm going to BRB quickly. And when I get back, we'll get started with revisiting of a Beef's Journey. Man, maybe I turned the duration up on those little people a bit too high. There's loads of them now. You can definitely see the bug though with the color thing and how the little puffs of smoke come out on all of them sometimes for no reason. So, while I finish my sandwich, remind me what we said about this game last time. I can't actually remember what's in it. Yeah, I can see that. It just doesn't seem like it always happens. Super Gamers games. It's just squares, level design, short and crap. Is that what I said? Did I mention anything about the character sprite and his consistency relative to the background art? Okay. Sorry. I'm a streaming professional. A professional who also sits very weirdly in his chair. I heard it was like an Asian stereotype, this. I mean, I am very much not Asian, but like sitting like cross-legged on your office chair. Like you're playing a constant floor is lava game. It's just how I be. I can't remember. Right, we'll have to get into this and maybe I'll remember what I said last time. Okay, right, so it's... Yeah, so this was something that was obviously based on my complete platformer series. It's got that same kind of narrative about it. I feel like maybe these signs were a little unclear on how to read before, and they might be a little bit better. I'm not sure. These seem new. Whoa, okay. Definitely wants you to know you've picked up some stuff. Ow, spikes. Did I get healed by the... I'm hiccuping myself now. Did I get healed by the cookie? Okay, so you kind of have to eat... You have to like combine it with jumping, with the way it's sort of done in the... So you probably want to mention that in the sign. It's weird like owl bears. This feels very different. I want to know. I want to know what I said. What did we say last time? What did we say? When was this? What was it? An 8? Simple tutorial. No, hot C, not there. It's in 7. Oh, he dropped a pencil. Pick up blunt pencil. Cool. Where were you? 3 weeks ago.
Make a level that's that, and you need to make that level fun.
Killing beef. Actually, don't open. What's it called now? Oh, it's still killing beef. Alright. This menu looked way better. Well, you said you were changing it, so whatever.
I like seeing these windows come over. I'm just like, aha!
Shut up, me. Okay. You changed the bullets to be back like the tutorial color rather than the blue you had. Oh yeah, you had upgrades. Eliminating time clones. So you got rid of this, you kind of moved that over there. The boxes feel better to destroy now than they did then. Oh, and the enemies were these like weird slime things. Oh, I remember you saying that like you had some like rubbish AI you were working on or whatever, and I think I remember saying don't bother, it's fine. Okay. So that's the context, right? Or some of it. Okay, I got... Oh wait, yeah, we can kind of... Like a little screen shake and stuff, and it's all you really need when a thing dies. I think it's the same sound from the tutorial and that, but... Hey, my tutorial's good, man. Like... Well done on following it. I think this effect looks pretty. I think it's a little bit much. And everything is just a little bit inconsistent and stretched. Like, you know, like, they got this weird thing with the character's eyes, like, turning blue, because it's, like, squashing weirdly. Get the sprite, like, if you're gonna use pixel art, get the sprites looking crisp, you know? It's important. Ah. Thought that would be a thing I could pick up. No, it's because I was like holding down, so I dropped all the way through both. Is this art you made, or is it art from like art packs? You want to make sure your camera moves at like whole integers, so that you're not getting so many subpixels. I feel like my tutorial uses a specific style of art that kind of works okay with it, where it's got like big thick outlines and stuff. Here it feels like this style of art needs to be like way crisper delivered. Like some things have outlines, some things don't, and it's not entirely... It's sort of got like a background, oh god, background into enemy, like, divide. Oh, is that like a bouncy thing? I thought that was just a piece of the back. Oh yeah, it actually does a little squash when you jump on it. Huh. Level design is a bit all over the place here as well, because I'm like, I feel like I'm following kind of a linear path, but it feels like it's sort of stretching off in all directions, and I'm like, I'm not really sure if I'm on the road, you know? Feels kind of like a 3D Sonic level. Can I buy that? So you'll be able to interact with it. Yeah, so it's areas like that where I'm just like, wait, am I still on the level path there? I just feel like I fell down and missed a bunch of stuff. Okay. Okay, yeah, we've got a bit of... I don't know what to call this, but it's like a thing with early level designers and making an open world-ish of... Well, not an open world, like say if like, I don't know, normally like what a level designer will do is like create like a left to right or something like this, and there's like a path like through it, and like you have kind of like these moments where you do a specific thing to in order to progress through each one, like these little stories that sort of happen throughout the level, right? What it feels like you've got is like this, like you start here and there's just sort of some stuff with no real connection or like the story about it, and you just kind of like end up here at the end, you know, like it's yeah, I mean the pixels is a thing, but I mean you're using assets you found. I would try and find something that works better than this sprite, because like look at this, like look at these. Yeah, pixel art isn't a great choice for this style of thing where you've got like free form aiming and stuff like that as well. Like unless you know what you're doing. It's like I could see up here, like you kind of need more walls, I think. It just kind of feels a bit like I can go anywhere all the time. Like, oh, how do I get over here? Do I get... There's no path, right? There's no guiding path here. You might have one in your head, and like, why is this like a wall of spikes here? Why isn't there just a wall? There could just be a wall here. Can't go that way. Wall. Gotta go this way. Aight, get it. Simple. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Right. There's a whole bunch of things here, but here's what I want you to do. I want the levels for this game. You're not allowed to do any you're not allowed to do any right to left movement from now on. Okay? Your levels are gonna look like start, finish, and you can go up, you can go down, but you can never go left. Okay? Never. Right? You gotta go up, down, or right. All times. I want you to do that, and I want you to break down every challenge of the game into separate, just in your mind, like chunks. Okay, so if you've got a bunch of bats that you want to fight at the start and some boxes, that's like a chunk. And you've got, I don't know, some, like, you've got to get over a gap, and the only way to do it is to use like the gun to shoot down or whatever, and do the floaty thing. then that's a chunk, okay? And we need to focus on it that way in your head, of just like little stories that take place across the level design. And try and design a level in that way, so each one leads into the next. Honestly, just play some platformer games and just like take note of how they do their level design as well. Like what? These bats are just sort of there as well. I think they probably need a bigger aggro radius or something, I don't know. I think your enemy behaviors need to be a bit simpler, you know, just like, oh, you get near a bat and it just moves towards you or whatever, rather than however these work, where they like split into a thing and then like try to move away and do complex things. That's what I meant about not worrying too much about your enemy AI or whatever, right? You know, just have them be simple. Like, these bats are alright, they just don't seem to trigger until they get really close to them. Honestly, all the art stuff is whatever. I think I'd rather just see focus on getting solid level design. Because we can only handle so many things at once. I mean, I did stop reading signs after the first couple, that's true, but like, you don't really have that many mechanics to teach. You know, you've got like shoot it. Oh, I hope you don't. You got that. I don't think you even need to tell people this. I think that's whatever. They don't really look like signs because they're just the flags, right? I think you just took the most sign-like thing from the asset pack and you just kind of used that, right? But like, they look like flags, like checkpoints or something, right? They don't intrinsically look like something I would go to read. Honestly, I would try and do your own art. It doesn't have to be good, it can look like the query art I did in the tutorial. I literally just went and drew, like, I just used like a 2x2 square tool and sort of drew a face and did some dots under a thing. Rather than trying to stitch together an art pack and make it like look good, it's gonna look inconsistent unless you really do it right. Like, just draw it yourself and don't worry too much about it looking bad. Just try and make it consistent. Does that make sense? And then you have just so much more control, I think, over how everything looks and feels. I genuinely think... Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people say that, but like, this doesn't look better than what you could do, I don't think. No matter how bad your art skills are. Like, this, like, just stitching together of stuff. You can't, like, if you get a good art pack, and you get a few good art packs that are consistent with each other in style, you can do that. I've seen, people have submitted games for this kind of thing before that have looked really good made out of art packs, but it's hard, you know, and it's like the art equivalent of drag and drop. It starts easy, but then gets harder, right? Whereas doing the art yourself is like doing GMO code. It's hard at first, but it gets easier. And also, like, you just don't try too hard with it. Draw, bring in, I don't know, man, like... There you go, there's your character. Like, just draw something like, it doesn't even matter. Because then, right, you can make, alright, I've got to do the backgrounds too. Alright. You got a platformer. You got a platform. And you want a tree? Hey, there's a tree. Right? It doesn't matter that it looks bad. Because you know what it does look? The same. It looked like this matches this, matches this. And it, like, if you draw it all and you just commit to the same style across the thing, it doesn't matter, like, how good your art skills are. It'll look better than trying to do this when you don't know what you're doing, right? Trying to, like, mix and match all these art styles together and I hope that it kind of vaguely comes out okay, and just recoloring the odd thing here or there, and all the pixel sizes being different, and it's just, it'll be better, I guarantee. Like this font, like out of size with this, it's just none of it really works. It's close, like you're trying to make it fit, and it's just not. It's too difficult. Just make your own stuff. It'll be better. And I think people may be hesitant. It's like, oh well, that means I can only do a certain style of just like intentionally, like you know, like this or whatever. But you can work up from here, right? Use simple pixel art as well. You know, do like thing, and there's a little face. Yeah, you little character, and then oh whatever. Then a platform. Yeah, let's get really advanced. Let's. Whoa. You know, just do what you can. This isn't even just aimed at you here. Like, this is just a wide thing in general for all the kind of people who do this sort of thing, where like they're mixing and matching other art from other assets and stuff together. Because I think maybe they want to, they have a style in their head they want to do, and they can't create it themselves. I would prefer to see people just work with what they can do, and instead of just trying to create an art style that matches their great vision, just do what you can do. Focus on what you can do and develop your skills from there. Just play to your own strengths. Okay? Those are my thoughts. Okay. Reminder as well, your level design. You're banned from going left. Okay, I don't know if that is gonna be enough to get you to the place you need to be with your level design, but I think it might be a start. Okay, just the point being to stop you from going just wild and open-ended, making yourself have loops or areas above you where you can fall back down to earlier bits of the design and bits where you can fall through huge bits of the design. Okay, I want you to just bury it into chunks and make sure there's like, try and make it so you can only make it as narrow as possible. I want it to be narrow. I want, like, that area before where you kind of came off a cliff and it was like all these stuff like everywhere and some spikes. I don't want to see anything that looks, any kind of path that looks like that. Okay, I want that path to look like this. It's your job. It's your homework. And thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. Congratulations, Al Last Piano. Anyway, thank you very much, Holtzy, for submitting that. Again, good opportunity to demonstrate some common issues there. I look forward to seeing Beef's Journey the Third, or whatever. Next up, we've got Nictheroy from Triple J JJ1. This is an action adventure RPG. Let's see what we got. We have 5 games left to go. It is 4 o'clock. Well, we got through like 2 in that hour. Alright. Could be a better pace, but not the worst. Installer! I haven't even gone through, and I've got so many of these installed now. I must like. Okay. Minor, but less minor, but you need some fonts, my friend. Who is Ying? Who is talking? There's 3 characters on screen. Which one of them is communicating with me right now? Normally this would be done by like a portrait or something, or maybe a little arrow above someone's head. Is the person who made this in the chat? Oh, it was triple JJ1. Maybe he's not here right now, but nonetheless, feedback on who is actually speaking. Yeah, who's Yan? I'm gonna guess because it's Yin Yan. Whatever. That it's gonna be these two, right? Like opposites. And you're this naked person. Oh, okay, nothing major then. Just deciding the future of the world. Just the beginning of a great era. And wait, that means I am Destiny, right? Wow, this is like Mixel's all-in-one asset here. How do you even do that? Yeah, this actually matches up to like this. This actually seems okay. I'm turning to the quest right now. You must find a way to enter the cursed. What's with these R's? Whatever. Cursed pyramid and destroy once and for all the pharaoh. What's going on with these R's? This isn't the criticism as such. It's just weird. These R's just look kind of like they've got like some pixels chopped off or something. Why isn't the Sphinx? But I'm not ready for it now. Firstly, go to a tomb. It's in the northeast of the cursed pyramid. 6 hearts to help you in your journey. This is a lot of text. But alright. Oh, okay. Which is which? Are these the things I have? Is this what's in the chest? How do I get off of the screen now? Escape? Okay. Okay, the menu transition is a little janky. No, I just put things back in the chest, didn't I? I want all this stuff. But this is quite an extensive, like, amount of starting bits. Kind of like, okay, now I've got to drag everything. Oops. I mean, it's teaching me how to use the inventory, I guess. It's in a very, like, trial by fire sort of way, but it's like a lot of stuff. Do this every time you start a new game. So it's bordering on a bit too much text there at the start, in my opinion. Not that I don't think the information you gave wasn't important. I just think maybe you could stagger it in between, maybe... I don't know. Just be careful. Again, like, it was hard to tell who was talking. I eventually kind of worked it out from the names and the appearance. This, again, like, obviously you saw me, like, I didn't, like... I don't know which is the box, which is me. Eventually, like, I press escape and I can see, like, oh, and I see this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the aesthetic of stuff I have. And then I worked it out. Shift to run, alright. It can be tricky, that, like, depth minus Y and, like, depth equaling minus Y or minus B box bomb or whatever, and then, like, doing attack animations, right? Because then your slashes end up behind the things that, like, in front of you. Sometimes with that, I think maybe it's better to then put the slash effect itself on its, like, own object or layer or whatever. E and space to interact with the things. Why is it both? The space is the only one that does attack. That's the animation. Why doesn't that have any outline? Or is that just a thing you've decided for? No, the sword has one. Oh, okay. Do I have a limited set of arrows? I do, and they don't seem to go very far. Oh no, okay. It's just that it hit a little sand dune or whatever. What was that screen for? Is this a pacing room? Like what tell me the intended player experience of this room. In fact, I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of gave the first room a pass on just having some stuff that maybe, like, maybe I just don't know how to interact with these or whatever. Maybe there is something meaningful about these, and it's like a ruin or something. But this room is... You literally just run to the right. Or you can't quite... Sorry, I tell a lie. There's some hot gameplay here. We have to move up and get around this thing. And then we can carry on. Sorry, yeah, I take it all back. There's some serious gameplay there. I get wanting to pace out areas and so on, and, like, you know, you don't want to make it necessarily feel like there's you know, tell me, sorry, I'll play it, don't worry. I understand wanting to pace it out, like, and it's not always a bad idea to just have a room that you just walk through. I think that one was probably a bit too long. Like, if you really want something like that, it can be valid. But I probably wouldn't make it this long. Especially, like, with even my run speed, like, holding shift, like, it takes, like, how long to get through? Like, 1, 2... Like, that's like more than 10 seconds to get all the way through there, right? Can you submit your errors? Unfortunately, we got 10 entries pretty quickly at the start of the stream. It's TBD whether I open it up for more, another bonus one at the end, or if I allow donations for it or whatever. We'll see how we get on. But I do have like a video I need to do some stuff for as well. It's a great future. Yeah, you've stretched this, I think, is the issue here, right? So this is like stretched out. I don't know if that's because you're doing it to make the text bit. But if you're doing that, you could use like a 9 slice or something to like split the text box up. E space, how do I... Oh wow, we got like a right-clicky chargy attack. No one told me that. Alright, maybe we don't go here yet. We can mine some coal. What is this a... Is this a Minecraft-like? Is this a dungeon? What? I feel this game's a bit of an identity crisis here. Right? Okay, hang on. I know what we're doing here. There we go. Oh, but that means I've got to have it equipped. Can I put it in the other hand or something? Ugh. What happens when it runs out? Does it just run out forever? Huh? These little animations. I like the art in general. Like, I think there's some slight issues with just stretching and stuff like that you just need to be careful your assets are. I'm just gonna swing and hope for the best. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, now the torches run out. Can I make a new one? Can we craft? We can, okay. Is there some way I'm meant to be able to see and fight? Or is this just sort of how it be? Okay. That wasn't important. I don't know how to move this any further or... What's this as well? Alright. I got a bunch of small nitpicks of the art, but honestly, I think they're the least of your issues, so I wouldn't worry too much. Am I missing something here? I keep wanting to mine these because they look like the mineable things.
The bow, like, takes way too long to shoot. I don't think it would ever be good, but... Help! What do I... What do I do here? Oh, we did something and it opened up this. Okay, it just wasn't quite clear that we did it, whatever it was we did. Oh, okay, there's traps. This is the level of traps. Why does it get easier at the end? He's wandered off, so whatever. Oh, oh no! So we were about to collect a big heart there. So I think there's a weird contradiction to the fact that you have hearts that are like your life, and also it's like you have to collect the hearts. I wasn't actually sure. Like, am I just supposed to be collecting like 8-point hearts as part of the quest? No, I was like, no, it can't be that, right? They have to be some separate other thing. It was some separate other thing, but it's a little weird. Little weirdness that having hearts is like this mechanical thing, but then also are these things that you have to go and get. I don't know if they're like heart pieces as well, and they like give you more life or something like that. I don't know. We didn't get that. A little bit of worry. There's like a bit much to try to do here of making like this like there's a crafting, but then also action adventure. You know, it's a bit like trying to make a 2D Breath of the Wildy type thing. Systemic games are hard, man. Like, that's a hard road to go down. I think maybe just focusing on either doing a cool dungeon game or doing a cool crafting game might be the way to go. But that's just the opinion of this old man. You do whatever you want to do. I think the art is nice. I think, yeah, sudden game restart is a bit rough. Like, it's not even, like, there's no saving loading or anything. That's an issue. So, like, if I die, I kind of probably need some way to continue playing, right? Mine is some issues with the art, just not really quite being consistent in a few places, and some just weird little pixel oddities like this, and some things just being a bit stretched, like these text boxes being like stretched and stuff like that. There's a lot of ways to learn about saving. So yeah, do something to save and load progress. Definitely do that. I would worry about the game idea. I think I think it's probably a bit much. Like, this is... I mean, if you're sure, then go for it, I guess. But I just hope you have a very clear plan and a clear scope. And... like, I don't think anything has been so poorly executed that I want to just, like, yell at you and be like, oh, no, you're spreading yourself way too thin. If you're confident you can deliver this, then I don't know, I guess try. But there's some warning signs here for me, like the attacks thing with the bow just felt really rubbish. The slash arc is a little weird, like the biggest part of the arc is like over here for some reason. This like has such a long timing to it that it just didn't feel very good to use. I think you are probably spreading it, like, and there's like a weird downward teleport like origin issue here, right? Yeah, I think there's enough like just little issues here that I'd say you're probably trying to do too much. and not giving each individual thing the attention it needs. I would have more confidence seeing someone go for this kind of like big idea if they were nailing one thing at a time. But when I see it like with loads of these things stitched together and none of them quite work yet, I start to get worried. Yeah, I would pick, like, do you want to make a crafting game with all these different kind of items and stuff, or do you want to make like a Diablo-y style, like crawling through dungeons, killing things, getting items kind of game, you know? I would pick one or the other and just try and commit to that. I'm not saying it's like the right thing to do, I'm just saying that that would be my advice, I think. I keep thinking exit is going to exit the game, but it's just exiting the menu, isn't it? How do we actually get out? Can we get out? I don't know. Auto 4 works. Yeah, your moving around is kind of slow as well, was the other thing I think I was going to say. Like, even when sprinting everywhere, just like, first of all, there's no real reason to walk, or that I noticed in the game. Like, if you're going to have a walk and a sprint, give me some reason to walk, right? Don't force it either. Don't be like, oh, okay, you gotta have a stamina bar because Sean said we needed a reason to walk. Or anything. I don't. If you don't have a good reason why the character should ever want to walk, then just let them run all the time, you know? But the run should probably be faster than it is. It feels like you designed the game around the run speed. And even then, the run speed should probably be slightly higher. Yeah, I struggled with my words a bit on that one, but I think I got across most of what I wanted to say there. Thank you very much, JJ1. Let's actually get it removed. M77 MDSD. Your game rewinded mission. Oh, we just came off the Google form. Can you end the level before the timer over and the time get rewinded? Don't know, let's find out. Can we end the level before the timer over and the time get rewinded? I'm gonna guess no. Where's the faith? Oh, man named Pixelated Pope. You're a man of limited faith. Capture now. Right. Oh. What am I gonna say? Every game today, other than Daisy Dangerous, I think it was. It's not about the pixel sizes anyway, really. It's about the style. Come on, like 2 seconds. I shouldn't have to say this in every game. Y'all have been in enough of these streams. You've seen enough of these to know now when you submit your game. What's the? Come on, guys, we can do it. We can do this. We can make consistent aesthetics and commit to our art styles. We can do it. I believe in us as a collective, as a team, as a species. We can work together to climb the impossible mountain of making a video game with a coherent aesthetic. We can do it. If we just believe in ourselves and in each other, We can do it. You had two artists. You had two artists down here, Peanut Studios and Bill Nemo. Neither of them, their combined powers could make this new game in this title screen match. New game. Hey, I'm the auto teach feature. You want to escape? I'll teach you how. This looks nice, by the way. I mean, you're not teaching me how, I'm teaching myself how. I was just like, maybe space, and it just worked. I kind of dig the weird, like, rotation thing as well. Messed up English here, but that's fine. If you touched it before. Okay. What's the difference between pressing X and right clicking? I'm not really sure. The English was a little weird. I'm not sure I understood the difference between doing that and doing that. That feels more like a level restart, but then I don't know, I thought I started over here, so I'm not sure. No, these are the same. Yeah, that seems more like a kind of level restart, but it also sends you to the last teleporter? Okay. That. What stupid mistake am I making here? Oh, R actually does... oh, another... R resets the actual level as well. It makes a totally different sound effect. Gosh, I have really no idea what X is meant to do then. What was the timer thing about, by the way? Wasn't there meant to be some sort of timing involved? Am I meant to jump over that? Jump, really? Do you keep going up here every time as well? Yikes. That's really tight. If it over, the time will get rewinded to help or change the timer. I think your English might need checking in some places. I mean, that's not, you know, there's not much you can do about that sometimes, so we just have to do what we can. But if you're relying on text especially, like, it can be tricky if your English isn't great for it to, well, for people to be able to read it. That's how it is, right? No, someone touching it again, reset it, but it doesn't. Ooh, just made it. Oh gosh. We have unlocked true unlimited power. Is that like one bullet allowed at once? No. We have like a limited range as well. Any reason for that? Seems pretty arbitrary. U is a weird button choice. Alright. Oh, can I not teleport anymore either? Right click used to do. Oh, well, there's no teleporter. That's really right. Okay, so like that's a lot of stuff to do to leave the one thing where you can get stuck to be right at the end of all of this. I get that you wanted to make sure people like got the idea there, but putting that at the end was probably not the best choice. Good little tutorial levels that though, you know, just the one concept there. But I feel like we're introducing a whole bunch of new things. And now it's like combining with... I think maybe we could have done some levels with just the gun and the teleporters and the levers before then being like, oh, and also crates! Like, does this add much? Like, pushing a crate over here, really? I like the basic gist of this though, by the way. I'm enjoying the mechanics. It's a little bit tricky. What? Let me get how that works. Do I have to like jump over that one? Like not touch either of them kind of thing? Yeah, I guess. So I just get every jump is just going to be a jump and shoot jump now. Oh, okay. It's like they're like levels within levels, basically, right? Creating these little boys. I feel like the teleporters are mostly checkpoints at this point. They're not really sometimes being used for the actual teleport mechanic, but it feels like you've just sort of been like, nah, just guns and shooting for a bit. That's a tight jump, yo. To get and also shoot this one. You actually need to like shoot before you even press jump. And sometimes you just inexplicably go way higher. Christ. Alright. I think I get the basic idea here. I quite like this. I like... I like the general concept of just like, you know, a little teleport and one more brand. I still don't really get what X does. X is basically like a mini restart, right? It's like a restart of the level, but only for the last thing. So you're kind of just using them as like a checkpoint, right? I just realized you're not even seeing like half of my jumps because I've been in the way of them, right? It's a difficult jump though, trust me. If I ever move myself. Like trying to do this, like shoot down there and do that. While also getting enough of a boost is like, it's pretty tough. But anyway. Other than the text, other than this, other than the menu, the art is good. This is just, it just doesn't match. Right? So I think you need to find it much bigger as well. If, like, this timer is so relevant for the game, why is it this tiny piece of text like sort of centered at the top of the screen? This feels like it should be a way bigger deal. Maybe not even a number, but maybe a bar that times down or something a bit more visually readable. The shooting is good, like the 4 cardinal directions being able to aim is quite nice as well, simplifies and digitizes it in a nice way. The physics behind like exactly how the thing pushes you up can be a bit tricky, like it pushes you up more going up, kind of because it feels like a recoil effect. Feels like a mechanic you discovered more than one you like specifically built. For purpose, but I'm not sure. I think when you introduce the gun or whatever, you could then just do the gun and then go straight into doing levels with the gun and the teleport stuff. Rather than be like, oh, and here's crate. And now it's here a bunch of levels with all the stuff at the same time. And I'd like to see more levels involving the gun and the teleport. I mean, I'm sure you're probably getting to them as this goes on. But more involving the teleporter is actually a mechanic, like you do this and then go back to the teleporter and so on. Rather than just as a checkpoint. Not that I know how many things there are you can do with that, but that's what I'm playing the game to see. You know, I want to see what you came up with. It was pretty good. I like this little scrolling of the background in the menu as well. It's a nice little touch. It's good. Janeliopleurodon has provided us with Dyle 2.0. This is a sequel to their game Dyle, an ASCII-based platformer. Sequel to the Hard as Nails platformer Dyle. Better than the original in every way. Have I played the original? Oh, did I play this? I don't remember it being called Dyle, but did I play? I played something that looked like this. Yeah, okay. Okay, I remember that game. This will be interesting then. That looks cool. Put that on a tab for myself for later. Okay. When we full screen, we can capture net. There we go. You have a Discord? Is that necessary? Alright. See here, you've got a similar thing with the title screen, sort of scrolling with it. But whereas the other game just had its background scrolling, this has got like the title itself scrolling with the. What is all this scrolling about? I don't feel like this is necessary. Why is the menu moving up as I scroll down it? Like it's not that big of a menu. It's a weird kind of motion sticky aesthetic. Where's the arrow keys? Jump, up key, W space. Oh, any of those work. Alright. Boost, shift. Grapple, up key. But you just told me up key, W, and space are jump. They are also grapple? I'm assuming that's like, I don't know, like a double jump type thing, maybe. Okay. Oh, is a character select? Okay, I didn't really know what was going on the screen. I thought this was some story thing I was progressing through. I don't know. But okay. Apparently it was character select. So this appears to be some sort of level select hub. Yep, cool, level 1 grasslands. I vaguely remember a mechanic that worked. Ooh, didn't mean to go through that. Can we go back? Yes. So transition of some kind would probably be useful. Like it's a bit jarring to just be shunted into a level like that. I like the way you've used the colors though. That's cute. Like, I want people to realize the distinction as well, because we played another game that was like black and white, but then used colors, and I told it off for doing that, right? Here, I don't think the aesthetic was necessarily like 2-bit color, like everything had to be black and white. The aesthetic here was ASCII more than anything, right? So I think here, like using this color to demonstrate different environments actually works quite well. I like that the text, I'm pretty sure, is at least in like the same font as like all the ASCII. And I like that the black here actually like covers up the thing behind it as well. Like it's not just purely like the transparent. You know what I mean. So they seem to be checkpoints. Tell me how to play the game. I feel like that's already an improvement over what I remember from last time. We did a little thing where it told me how to wall jump, and then do the same again now that I'm out of the controlled environment, but a little bit trickier. I like it. And just a little bit of jumping, and a little bit of wall jumping. Also some little things I can collect. Now I kind of want to know if I can get that. Got that boost thing as well. Don't really know how the grapple works still. But I'm going to assume I don't need to know that yet. Even though I was told about it early on, so I'm like... Oh, that's cute. Okay, so even though you don't have a transition, I like at least there's a thing there that at least sort of separates it out. That turns yellow, and I know it's different from the others. I can see I've finished it. I like the feel of that as well. It's good. Just changing the color is a nice way to be like, oh, okay, I've used it, and so on. Be wary of color blindness, but yeah. Okay. See, there's quite a few little movement mechanics here, but they're all simple enough, and they all feel good. So that's kind of when you're more And they're introduced in a nice, clear, logical way. So like this is a good contrast with that other game that was like 2-bit style and had like a lot of stuff going on. Had even more mechanics than this did with the floating and the climbing and stuff like that. But didn't, like those things weren't all polished to the same level as this. And weren't delivered in a nice, clear, simple way. I really want this, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Oh, well, I guess I've just got it now. Okay, so generally with things like that, I guess you want to make it so that, like, you have to... You pick them up, but then you have to, like, be safe before it, like, commits to them. You know, like the Celeste strawberries. Okay. Might need to save a boost for that. I like that's nice and clear. It's just like, oh, it just turns pink when you're in range. It's good. So I remember the original game being very confusing, and this is very much not. So I feel like you've done a good job. Learning from one to the next. I don't remember everything about it. How do we even get under there? Is learning how to get under there part of facing that particular challenge? Aww. Kind of wish it was now. Gravity, like, I feel like you don't have any limits on your gravity, and you can just end up going, like, sometimes. Although I didn't then, so... Oh. The ascent. Here's what you have learned. Oops, didn't mean to use that. I feel like I needed the boosts before now, but I'm not sure if I actually needed them or whether it was just me getting coins and things like that. You might have left that one slightly late, but I was at least told about the control for it. So I just sort of experimented and learned it on my own, right? And if you've already told me the control for it, and there's only a limited number of controls, there was boost and grapple, I'm probably going to try them to just work out what they do early on, right? God damn it. Falling sucks. The worst thing about, like, trying to make... That was quite funny. Worst thing about trying to make vertical segments in platforming games, climbing in general, is like how much it sucks to fall. Getting over it decided to turn that into the entire premise. Oh wow, you can like proper like 2-frame that and kind of waste the boost. I remember this. Well, well, the hook at the end is different. That's a satisfying sequence. This is kind of what I mean about having little stories in your level design, right? And like, you know, talking about one of the platforms we just played a minute ago, like, kind of here you've got the way it's separated out is basically each checkpoint to checkpoint is like a little story in its own right. So here we've got like a section where we're boosting and like wall jumping in order to vertically climb to a new section, right? That's sort of the story of that point, and we hit a checkpoint. It might be Afro, like, it's, you know, when there's extreme contrast like this with all like tiny pixels that are black and white, like the bit rate will increase, and it might cause the stream to stutter in places. We've only dropped 72 frames apparently so far, so I think we're doing all right. But yeah, I should probably stop screen shaking so much if it's going to get... But yeah, so that was like a story, and then we've got like another story, level design wise here, right? We've got a thing where you have to like boost, where you have to boost again, and then grab the thing. I did so much better this. There we go. Which is really satisfying. That's a satisfying, clean, fluid, like one task you kind of have to do in one sort of fluid motion. It's very good, and it's separated by these checkpoints, right? It's one little story of the level design. It's one moment. I mean, I guess moments is the better word. I don't know. I always kind of call it stories. I'm overusing my boosts, I think. So now I don't have any, and I'm gonna need them on it. Yeah. I'm doing the thing where I try and lean in the direction of movement. Like it's gonna help. It's hard to get like swingy rope stuff to feel good as well, so you're doing a decent job with this. Yeah, this is way better than last time. On like every level. Like it's aesthetically better and clearer, it tells me what the hell is going on, I get it, it feels really good to play. I don't know how much my advice played into that or what I even had to say about your old game. However you did it, you've done a good job. It got a lot better. It's cute. Little like ladder section there. I would like to see transitions. As I said, this screen helps, and I get why you might not have wanted to do it. Like it felt like aesthetically right for the ASCII to like not do a transition. Like what kind of transition fits here? And honestly, I don't know. Like, oh, I see I've unlocked this now. I like that there's a little challenge to even get into it. Ah. I think you need something though. Maybe, I don't know, you have like, maybe do a fade transition, but like a, you know, like a closing transition or something like that, or a slide transition of some kind. So instead of just being a black rectangle or whatever, is a black rectangle with an edge of like ASCII dots or something like that. Maybe that could kind of work. Or maybe like the whole screen like fills up with like a hash symbols or whatever, and then like dissolve as a dissolve or something. I think there's ways you can do it. I don't think it's like the worst case of like no transitions, because it sort of fits and it's sort of clear when they're gonna happen at least. And at least when you die there, you've given it a moment, you know? Like the worst case of this is like when people do that on death or something like that. If I touch this and it just snapped me straight back to this. So what you've done there is you've given me like a slight delay. I can see, you know, just enough time to just see what happened. The red sparks flying everywhere, and then the camera moves smoothly back rather than just snap back to this thing, you know? So that's the main problem that I'm talking about trying to avoid, and you don't really have that problem. So it's a minor element, so I wouldn't like lose too much sleep over like the room transitions. Oh, I just wanted this. I know I can touch it and die, but that feels like I'm not really meant to. Wow, that's a long... Is that even... Yikes, and we're not even at a checkpoint. Ah. I want to do it now. Too low. Too low and too slow. Too high. Too fast. God damn it, man. Finger. Man, there was... You got it like 2 in a row and now I'm like, can't do it. Oh, God. Okay. Ugh. Oh, Christ. Didn't want to risk going for that coin. It's true, it's definitely like, it's ramped up a lot here. And you had a very, very gentle ramping up at the start. I would be careful about now just kicking into overdrive, despite how much you clearly want to. I don't know, it's kind of up to you. Feel it out. God damn it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Either way, we need to move on. That was really cool though. I enjoyed it. I can't remember everything I said about the original game, but I kind of remember the feeling I had coming away from it, and I'm pretty confident that that is, you know, it set a game to be a much better game in every way. I think it achieved that. I think it was, yeah, I think it was spot on. You kept everything that was good about the old one. It was a really nice aesthetic and generally nice feel of various things happening that was really good. You took all those strengths and just added, just kind of like fixed everything that was bad. It taught you how to play. The level design was super good. It was really satisfying. And I just had a really good time. It was just really good. It was much clearer what was going on. There was one screen at the start where I was picking a character where it was a little bit weird. I didn't really get what was going on there, but it didn't really take much to work out. It's just it was just a bit too minimalist, so it was a bit like, oh, what am I looking at? Very, 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 very minor point. But on the whole, yeah, I think it's massive improvement. Super good. You love to see it. All right, we got 2 more. I don't think I'm going to take any more in today either. We're coming up on 5 o'clock. It's not that late, but I do kind of feel myself needing a break. So I think I'm just going to do these 2 and call it for today. So we got Megabytes from Foib1. As a small top-down shooter arena endless game. Currently I'm working on Megabytes 2. Okay. News Megabytes 2 coming. Okie doke. There's a lot of versions here, so I'm guessing I'm getting 1.00. In a RAR file. How retro. Controls in an RTF? WASD, Q and E for spell 1, shoot, toggle, oh, okay. Was there a full screen? We've been doing well today on people actually having full screen modes in their game. But this might be one without. Oh no, yeah, I try and press Alt Enter. It's the common thing with these games. I load up and I'm like, do I risk trying Alt Enter, or is that going to start the game? And of course, yeah, press Enter to start. It does start the game. No, okay, we no Alt Enter. This is what we get. But we can. Oh no, that's not going to work. We can probably capture it. Okay, it's as good as it's gonna get. Oh, I keep clicking on it. It keeps bringing up a stupid page. Stop it. Links. I wouldn't do that. Style issues. Oh, I can't do my cool zoom in thing if I have it like this. I have to turn it off first. But like, I don't think this really matches. This whole screen is a bit. Oh my god! If I click on it one more time, this stupid ringing browser opens up. I'm just trying to refocus on the game, right? I'll bring my controls up over here. Okay. Those are just the controls, but I have no idea what the game actually is. We got this dude. He has a gun and some dudes appear. And we shoot them and they drop money. A lot of money. Or visually a lot of money. And some upgrades, I want to say. Yeah, my damage is up to 3. Careful doing a game in a small window if it's going to rely on mouse clicking and you've not done anything to like lock the cursor to the screen. Probably want to allow full screen mode if you don't know how to do that. Or look into Yellow Afterlife's little DLL he has that allows you to just lock your cursor to the screen. It's pretty useful. That's what I use in PokePoke. We also do have like a spell that I think I've used now, and then the other one that I think I've used now, and I don't know if I ever get them back. It's not really clear. There's a bunch of stats on the side. The cooldown, but I don't have any visual representation of the spells in the cooldown. Pew. Okay. Pew. Okay. So, what we were just talking about in our last game was what the issue, the common issue is in games, where I say that you need a transition. This is a good example of that. I died. I assume I died, but it just instantly took me here. There was no feedback on what happened. We didn't see a death animation. We didn't, like, the game didn't stop and be like, look, you died. There was nothing that let me know what happened. Not even a game over screen. It was just straight back to this menu. So I don't know what killed me. Therefore I haven't really learned anything. I can hold the mouse down. Okay. Well, why? I don't know. Games like these, I think, work best, like, for teaching the player stuff. If you can kind of do like a live tutorial, or something. An approach I quite like when games do it with these. It's just like it drops you in, and you can move around and start playing around, learn stuff or whatever. Don't spawn any enemies, but then we'll just like let me move around for like a couple of seconds, and then be like, enemies will start approaching. We'll just like come up and be like, oh, okay, so I'm aware of that, and I'm thinking about that. And then when that text goes away, say, you can shoot at those enemies by holding the left mouse button. And use the mouse to aim and hold the left mouse button to shoot. And I might have already worked that out myself by that point, but I'd be like, okay, cool. And then, I don't know, maybe send a little wave of enemies at me. And then afterwards, you could be like, also, there are spells you can cast. I use, oh, well, there's a shop. Apparently there's a shop, which I just discovered randomly with right-clicking. Do you know there's spells you press Q to use, like, press and hold Q and then release to activate. Enemies will drop cool upgrades that make you stronger. You know, you can... The point is you can, like, deliver these messages, like, while you're playing, and then have the player kind of pick these things up. And then you can do some smart stuff behind the scenes to be like, do we think the player has learned how to use this? You know, have they done a few spells or whatever? Then we probably don't need to show the spells one again. Have they fired the gun, like, for more than a couple of seconds? We probably don't need to show them the message about firing guns again, like on their repeat playthroughs, you know? Getting quite strong. Gun is shooting quick. I saw someone say ranged enemies OP. I didn't even notice if there was one. Oh well, melee enemy, ranged enemy, I guess. This is their stats, right? But I mean, this, I'm talking about all tutorials and stuff. This just kind of feels like a test bed more than anything, right? You just kind of got than a complete game. It feels more like a prototype or something. Because we've got no sounds or anything like that. With all the stats are just listed here, almost like in a debug kind of way. We've got no background or anything like that. So maybe we'll try and like scope our criticism down to like what is here and how it kind of feels, right? You need some sound effects, first of all, for this kind of thing. I know that's just like, well, that's not here. You just said we're going to scope down to what's here. But like, in order for like to really get the impact of any of the feel things you might be trying to do, like it looks like there might be like some subtle screen shake or something when these get hit, just based on the way everything else seems to move when one of them dies. But it's actually kind of hard to tell that that's even there, just because obviously you've got this like really dark, consistent background. And oh gosh, I just paused. Cleaning off the screen. Oh, big boss, who's you've just scaled up so he doesn't match pixel art size of anything. Oh no, not the shop. Bang! Oh, oof. Well, like it's kind of hard. Like the feel is always going to be really weak on something like this if you don't have any sound, in my opinion. It's hard to get it right for this because it's like you got a gun that's firing over and over again, and you don't want it to be like all the time. Also, probably give me a reason to ever not shoot, or don't bother turning the gun on and off. Either like fire slower, so one reason to fire the gun is to not use up the cooldown is a thing you can do. I don't really like that approach. I would prefer it if it just, I don't know, you just sort of toggle the gun on and off or something, or just have it auto fire all the time. Or maybe it gives you some recoil or something and moves you backwards or something like that. Therefore, you know, there's a reason why. Wow, that was a lot of coins. And then we just move on from this, okay? So some nice thing will be some sort of indicator that I'm hitting the guy other than just the numbers flying up. So like some little flash or something on the enemy would be good. Some hit sparks. Maybe some muzzle flash on the gun itself when it's firing. Some recoil adds to the feel as well as giving you a reason to ever not shoot. Activating with right mouse is kind of weird. Damage. Oh god, we've got loads of gold, haven't we? Oh yeah, I have health. Something that shows my health on the screen other than just a little tiny number in the top left is probably a good idea. Press escape to try and bring down the menu and accidentally quit the game. So be careful, you gotta want it confirms with things like that. It's tricky because I don't really know how much of this is just placeholder because it feels like a very early prototypey thing. But so I was trying to just talk about feel things there. Generally speaking, I think your systems work well enough. I think it's a tricky one to keep balanced over time, right? Because like I didn't even know gold existed, and yet I seemed to be doing just fine off the natural upgrades I was picking off enemies. I never had to actually buy anything, etc. Like, I was Megabytes 2 coming soon. Like, is that meant to be a finished game? Like, where's your wrong thing? Where's your sound effects? Where's anything? Where's like an end screen? Where's anything that tells you how to play? I give that a lot more credit if it's like just a prototype, but I don't know, it was presented in such a way as to imply that that's the game. The next one will be coming soon. You know, like if that's it, then you need to do a lot more stuff. You know, you need to actually tell me how to play the game, not just list the controls. Like, give me the context of what's going on, what I needed to do, what my goal is if I have one, etc. A prototype for the sequel, I guess. The shot felt unnecessary. It felt like it was strong enough as is. And there just isn't much to it. In terms of like gameplay, right? You just kind of move around and shoot the thing. That's fine if you just, you're just getting started making things and you just want to make a thing. But like, you need to find a way to mix it up and make it less about just move away from thing and hold mouse and aim at thing, right? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you tell me what you should name it, man. It depends what it is. But yeah, I didn't really feel like a finished product. It felt like hey, I felt like an environment to test out your numbers, test out how things scale over time, the progression of it, and test out the general game feel of it. Okay, so putting all my other questions aside and just sticking to those things, I think there's a ton you can do on game feel with the gun shooting. Think muzzle flashes, think hit sparks, think flashes on things that are being hit, think knockback, think recoil. You can go all the way with that stuff. Sound effects. There's things you can do with moving around as well. Mechanics you could add, but even just nah, I don't know. I would leave the movement as is for now and just focus on just getting those gun feel things right for now. I think it's a bit zoomed out as well, a bit small. Like you could probably zoom in. Give me a full screen as well. That probably fixes that entire issue. Actually, just give me a full screen. Try and keep the art size consistent. It's not the worst thing in the world with it just being the bosses that are scaled up. It's obvious that they are scaled up, so it's like whatever, I guess. But I don't know what the other ones are like. In terms of the balancing, the shop felt entirely unnecessary. And there's not really any interesting things to buy there other than the things that already drop off the enemies. Anything else I want to say about that one? It's tricky because I can't quite work out what you wanted it to be, but I think you did a good job on all the stuff, and like in terms of like just making a lot of it work is good. Making it actually scale and progress over time. Like it's like you've got something going there that you can actually tweak and refine and build upon. So I don't think it's something you should throw away or anything like that and just completely move on. You could work at that for a little while and keep adding and building on it. So I look forward to seeing what that is like if maybe you just add a ton of cool game feel stuff in and get it to the point where it feels really good. Like if you're going to have a game that's that simple, it's just about moving around and shooting at a thing, then you've got to make that feel amazing, right? You got to feel it, make it feel intrinsically like super, super fun to just move around and shoot and stuff. Look at Nuclear Throne and stuff like that. That's probably a good example. In fact, let's yeah. Or like Into the Gungeon. Like, I just want you to compare like how this looks to play. If we can even get it to play a video. Oh, Steam, you suck, man. I hate Steam store pages. Like, just everything, right? Little bullets that get left behind, the muzzle flashes, the hit sparks, the explosions on things when they die. They don't just sort of... I mean, you had little explosions going off, but make them big and exciting. The bullets are big as well. I know bullets, like, actually very small, but you're making a silly video game. Make them huge and satisfying. Like, the bullets are like half the size of the player here, right? Yeah, screen shake, but I'm sick of talking about screen shake. That's the thing. Whatever. I think he had it anyway. Little things of dust that were coming up off him there in those last few seconds as he was rolling along. Some environment that isn't just, you know, black grid squares, but obviously I don't. It's so hard, I don't know. Was that a prototype? Was that? I don't know. Super consistently committed to this like low res style as well. I like screen shake. I'm just sick of talking about it every time. I'm just like, yeah, I get it. Vlambeer does screen shake in their games. So do a lot of games. Vlambeer didn't invent screen shake. They just talked about it a lot and put it in a lot of their games. And now everyone's like, oh, Vlambeer, they're the guys with the screen shake, right? It's like, well, I mean, I guess. Way over the top there? Sometimes probably, yeah. Like, I do, like, I even found, like, just watching that video, like, some of it was hard to, like, point out the things I wanted, because the screen was just all the time, but on the whole, I think they do a generally quite good job of it. Thank you, Foib1. I don't think I have anything else to say that. Last game is Kita by RawDocMok. Small reflex-based arcade game. This game was made for Legendary 46 in 2 days. The web build freezes at level 4. I would recommend you download the game because it doesn't have this bug and looks better. Well, that's the only option I have anyway. Yeah, this is the last game. I don't think I'm going to take in any more today. I'm just feeling a bit tired today. I don't think... I just think I've been streaming a long time. 4 hours. This hasn't even been the longest one, but I don't know. Sometimes it just takes more out of you. And today I'm just like... I'm starting to flag a little bit. So this is going to be our last one today. Keep it alive. Oh, I remember this legendary. This is the one I did a car with no name for, right? Is this gonna run or what? Did I click the right thing? Oh, I've still got Killing Beef running over here as well. We never closed this. 17? Was that one I did? That's a lot. Have them 7 later? Maybe. Depends. I don't know. Depends what some of my friends are up to. It might be good to just sort of chill for a night. But once I've had some dinner and stuff, maybe we can do some FF7 later. This ain't looking good. Security scan of this item. What is it? What are the results, Doc? Like, can we play it? I don't need to telling what that means. I need telling. Oh my god! Just is it working? Where is the scan happening? It's been much more than 10 seconds. Why is it just doing that every... Is it still trying to run or what? Well, I think the main reason I've not managed to get a virus so far from these is because that actually requires a lot of effort on behalf of one person to give me one specific virus, and most people that make viruses are trying to catch spread them over a wide net, right? And that's the approach they take. They don't tend to like craft them specifically to get one specific person to install them. Unless like they happen to have specific access to a specific thing they want, and I don't really have much of value on this computer, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the nuclear codes, you know? So, I mean, yeah, but I mean, say that takes one person doing one specific thing for GameMaker. It's pretty hard to make a malicious tool with GameMaker, I think. So, Mcraw, are you even still here? Are you even here? RawDocMok. Your game doesn't want to run. Oh, there we go. We got there in the end. I don't know why it ran this time. No, it didn't. Oh, yes, it did. It responded in the end. Okay. Why are these... I don't like the coloring of these. If the coloring is significant, why are these colored? Information is a bit all over the place here, but I think I get the idea now. That's quite hard. To like cover the full screen. So I'm just like preemptively move to the middle in case. So, some sort of like, you did the level, well done, now we're going to be transitioning you from this level to the next level, because you fulfilled the thing, would be good, rather than just... and screen wrap. Okay. Not sure I would want to screen wrap, I think it's just gonna break my brain. Good to know it's an option. No. Oh, what happened there? Like bounced up into a rock or something. Does the music change because I've died too much, or is that just what it does after a while? I like the idea. Yeah, it's cool. I'm just thinking, is there any way to make this concept kind of work on mobiles? Kind of works for that environment quite well. With the controls of... I suppose all you need is left and right, but then you're going to cover a bit of the screen with your thumbs and that, right? And you kind of need C. Alright. I mean, that... I knew like the moment it changed it was going to get me. What are the odds on that? Like that many yellows in a row? Unless it's not entirely random. And then it gets harder as these swirl around, more and more things happen. I like the idea, it's good. Music has random pitch? Alright. Yeah, the abrupt level transition is the worst thing here, I think. I like the aesthetic a lot. It's good, it's coherent. And consistent. It holds together. Even death feels good. Like it's good. It's nice. It's satisfying. Tactile. I'd argue maybe the little blob particles feel a little bit off aesthetic, just in a very minor way. Kind of in the same way when I was talking about like Daisy Dangerous earlier, and its explosion effects just sort of looked a little bit just mildly off kilter with the general aesthetic. In the same way, your explosion, like those particles, and it's in a very minor way. Like it's not anywhere near on like the scale of inconsistent we generally see in games with inconsistent art styles on these streams. But in just a very minor way, I think it just feels just like a little bit off. Like, I feel like they need that, like, weird, like, sketchy white outline on them or something that everything else has. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, increased tempo now as well. Oh, it's hard to, like, get it to hit right when it goes off screen and you're not really sure where you are anymore. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I just click this, I can. buttons feel a little bit weird because they're squatching and stuff just by hovering over them, and then clicking on them is just like a noise and doesn't do anything visually to them. Like that goes like whoop when you hover over it. And then also, yeah, it's just a little bit. Whereas that one doesn't do anything when you click on it. It's a little, I don't know. I think the sort of tactile response to these buttons isn't quite perfect. But the idea is right. It's there. The mechanics are good and clear, and it's simple. It's a simple goal, simple objective, simple way of scaling the difficulty up. I don't know what it's like to get for each of the five levels. Okay, so I mean, I don't know how interesting that remains at scale. Whether it's a project you could take much further than you already have. But I'd be interested to see it. I think it's good. It's a good little project, that. If you could find a way to make it work on mobile and like really work and actually be good, I think it would have like quite a solid home there. As well as being a good little browser thing. Although I know you said it already had issues with that on the itch page. Oh, I really am tired, man. I don't know why. It's just I've just suddenly been hit like this last half an hour or so. Like, just I don't know. Feel just suddenly very tired. So it's probably for the best that was our last game. 11 played today. Normally at this point, 5:30, yeah, I would normally maybe do a bonus game, but I also have like video stuff I want to get done. So we're gonna do that. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for submitting the games. We had a lot of cool stuff today. A lot of stuff also just like made for good examples of common mistakes people made that we got to talk a lot about. And we'll be back again, as we always are, next Friday with more of these games. If you want to get your own game submitted, you just need to show up to the start of the stream is the best way to do it. There are other ways, as I say, sometimes if you're lucky, we'll do an extra one at the end. We didn't this week. Or maybe, you know, I'll do it on the condition someone donates or something like that. But for the most part, the best way to do it, the freest way to do it, is to show up roughly somewhere between 1 and 3 p.m. Get in for 1 p.m. seems to be around the time. Get here at 1 p.m. and even if I'm a bit late, like probably like 1:30 or something like that. It's probably the golden window to be around if you want to get your game submitted. We had a lot of them coming quite quickly today, but there was still a reasonable amount of time. Like if you were on time, you had a decent window to type in the thing and get it submitted. It took a little while for us to get all the way up to 11, but quicker than we did last week. A lot quicker than we did last week. So it's good to see people coming over to Twitch. Actually, starting to like build that up so our streams over here are actually a little bit noisier, which is good. It's nice to have some of my content eggs in different baskets. So if you haven't already, people watching, this is more for the people on YouTube right now. You can come on over to twitch.tv/SeanJS and you can be one of these little cool little purple dudes wandering around on my overlay, and your chat can be immortalized in this little window, at least when it's shown on the screen. Okay. I do have another episode of the ARPG coming soon-ish. I've got all the footage for episode 27 done. It just needs editing and putting together. So Patreon supporters can probably look forward to that probably sometime mid next week. And I have another video I want to get out today. Today being the Friday that I'm doing the stream. I guess you already know if that's happened because this VOD won't be up on YouTube until like Monday. Yeah, hopefully there's that. Anyway, thank you everyone in the chat for watching. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters who allow me to do any of this nonsense at all. A lot of their names, although I don't think I've updated the scrolling text in quite a while, but a lot of these people at the bottom are or were at some point Patreon supporters of mine. They're very cool. I need to make that text bigger at some point as well. It's way too small. was in the process of thanking people. Twitch, all the cool guys on Twitch. Thank you very much. Some fireworks for them. It's been a good day. For that. Thank you to people on YouTube who've already said that. Thank you to my patrons who've already said that. We thanked everybody. Be sure to hit all the buttons, do all the thing, blah blah blah. As I said earlier, we might do a Final Fantasy VII No Materia stream a little late today. I've been doing that throughout the week, just at sort of random times in the evening. So if you want to catch that and just chill out with a RPG from 1997, as I gush over its various awesome aspects of design and pacing and general good RPG-ness. And the bad as well. We talk about some of the flaws of it, just the same. You can join in. You can join in for that. Feel free. That's all I've got to say. I feel like I need to work on my closing stream nonsense, but we'll at least close this off here for YouTube. Thanks for watching. Bye. There, I'll cut it off there. But yeah, I'm also going to cut it off here on stream anyway, so I don't even know why I separated those out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!